Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's video we are going to go over a basic startup on the Cessna 28 Bravo. We are in the lovely Queenstown airport where I did most of my flying from for the virtual airline, and without any further ado we are going to jump in the cockpit. And first of all we'll get rid of the yoke. If you just click it, click off. It's personal preference whether or not you want the yoke on or not. I personally like to have it on, but for this part I'm just going to take that off. We'll go down the parking brake, make sure that's on. That is on. So we'll get the yoke back. We're going to make sure the fuel valves are open. So the fuel valves are located at the top of the plane. So we will get them open. We will make sure the prop, hang on, well, there, it's a bit finicky. The prop is full. Then we'll make the throttle is idle, and then we will set the mixture to low idle. We'll then go over to the internal separator and we will pull that out, and then we'll go on to this at the console here, which has all your batteries and avionics. So we will turn the battery on. So you should hear the battery turning on, and then we will turn our beacon light on. We will now hit the fuel pump switch. Start our engine switch, the ignition, and the alternator. So the propeller's now starting to move. There we have it. Whilst that's spooling up, we will now put on avionics 1 and 2. It's just going through the TORS testing. Button there, and then we will put the engine condition to high idle, and there we go. The TORS test is complete. There we have it. So we will turn the ignition off. We'll turn the starter engine on, off. Now over here on the left hand side you also have all the other lights. So if you're flying in the dark, you can have your wing lights, your taxi lights, your landing lights, and your strobe. Seatbelt sign and smoke is inoperative, and you've got your cabin lighting left and right. And then you also have your pitot heat, your wing lights, your primary, your airframe de-icing in case it gets a bit cold and chilly up in the air. So since we've got the plane started, we'll now go to ATC, and then we will do a depart straight out.
Queenstown ground, Skyways 5633 heavy request taxi for departing straight out with Charlie. Skyways 5633 heavy taxi to and hold short of runway 05 by taxiway Yankee Bravo Alpha Tree. Contact tower on 118.1 when ready.
So we're going out on runway 5. Obviously I've forgotten where runway 5 is.
Taxiway Yankee Bravo Alpha Tree, Skyways 5633 heavy.
So what I normally do, if I can't remember where I'm going in the airport, oh, that's not in the taxi guides. Hang on, I'll get that back up. So we'll go to ground services, and we will request a pushback.
Skyways 5633 heavy requesting pushback.
So we'll take the park brake off.
5633 heavy pushback request accepted.
wait for this geezer. Okay, he's not pushing us back, so I'm going to request a pushback stop. Sometimes this happens, so I'm just going to put the reverse in. I'm going to turn, use the rudder, turn us out. Ooh, and we'll stop there. Slightly higher the position. So let's have a look. What clearance? What's the weather like?
Queenstown Airport information, Charlie 2100 Zulu. Wind 00 tree at 6. Visibility tree.
So we'll gently try and find runway 5.
Temperature 1 tree. 2.10. Altimeter 29.81. Visual runway 05 in use. Landing and departing runway 05. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions.
So it's can I get a taxi? No, I can't get a taxi. So I'm gonna have to try and find my way around this airport. And if I remember correctly, we're gonna be turning off right. Off to the right here. So we'll just take it nice and slow. Then once we get short of the runway, we'll then go through the final pre-flight checks. So we'll turn the beacon light off, nav lights on, strobe lights on, landing lights are on, the taxi light is going to go on, obviously not the landing lights because we're not landing. Cabin light, don't need that on because it's daytime. Right, so it's taxiway Bravo to 32, so we need to find runway 5. So that's towards 32. So we're going to turn off here. And we're going to find runway 5. So on those signs which you've just seen there, it has the name of the taxiway, which is normally a letter or a few letters, and then it'll be followed by a number if it's heading towards the runway. This is Bravo. I'm going to get this stop there for a second. I'm going to see what the route was again. So it is Yankee Bravo Alpha 3. Just going to slowly pass that sign. So I believe we're still on the right track, yeah. I don't know why it's not put the taxi ribbon on. So I think I've went the wrong way here. Should have probably turned left sooner. So we're looking for runway 5. Get back on the taxiway. So just make sure the runway is clear. I believe runway 5 is off to the left. Bit of braking, just to get us down. So we'll go down at the end of the runway and then speed it up slightly, and it should say 05 on this end, hopefully. So there we go, there's 05. So what I'm going to do is turn slightly out. Avoiding those lights. We're going to follow this turn. Get the vehicle a bit more rudder. Let the power decrease. Don't worry about those cricket sounds, quite normal on these types of planes. There's nothing falling off, it's just the sounds at the game. And we are now on runway 5. So we'll stop it short there. We'll get ATC up. We'll go to clearance. And we'll request clearance via 4.
Skyways 5633, heavy ready at runway 05 straight out departure.
Skyways 5633, heavy altimeter 29.82
Make sure altimeter's correct by pressing the B on the keyboard.
Cleared for takeoff runway 05.
We'll acknowledge the tax clearance.
Cleared for takeoff runway 05 Skyways 5633 heavy.
And that is that for ATC. And for takeoff, want to go flaps 50, and I believe we are ready for takeoff. So we're roughly centre. It's where you want to keep the plane on the runway, and we want to keep it all the way down on the centre line until we are up in the air. So we'll go for takeoff. Just building the speed up, keeping the plane centre, not too much rudder. Oil veer off, keeping it nice and centre. 80 knots, V1, rotate, and we are up in the air. Of course, you don't have to worry about having the gears in because it's a fixed gear craft. Just keep an eye out for that aircraft. And as we're slowly beginning to climb, we'll start putting the flaps away, and we will gain a bit more speed. And that is it for today's video. If there's any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Any tips or anything like that, or anything which could help me out in further videos, please leave a like and a subscribe, and I will be aiming to do more videos like this in the future. So, safe travels and happy flying, and I hope this video helped.